everybody, it's Scott with Harper Health AZ. I hope you all are having a great day. Today I'm going to show you how to make a black bean quinoa casserole. So first thing we're going to start off with is cooking our quinoa. And I'm just going to use generic Kroger brand here. And easiest way to cook it, just follow the directions that are on the back. And so this one we only need 1 cup, and that's what the directions are for, is 1 cup. We're gonna boil that in 2 cups of water, and then once it does start boiling, we're gonna reduce it to a simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Continue stirring. And while we keep an eye on our quinoa that is cooking on the stove, let's go ahead and make our tofu cheese. All right, so the first thing to start off with our tofu cheese is tofu for it. And let's go ahead, cut this guy in. I keep all the water with this because it makes it easy to blend it up in our food processor. Then just break it up into chunks. And then we will be adding a 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast. And then 1 teaspoon garlic salt, and 1 teaspoon cumin, and then 1 tablespoon chili powder, just for that really good burst of flavor in there. And lastly, some pepper to your taste. And now let's go ahead and blend this guy right up. We have our tofu cheese all done here, so let's go ahead and just put it to the side while we finish making the rest of our stuff before we add the tofu cheese. And now with our quinoa almost about done cooking, we are gonna go ahead and start sauteing our onions and garlic. So first thing we wanna do is we are gonna grab an onion and 2 garlic cloves. All right, so we got our onions and garlic all diced up here. Next, we will saute them. As you can see, our quinoa is nice and done here, so we will just leave this one off to the side until we add it. All right, so now with this one, sauteing our onions and garlic, I like using either water or you can do vegetable broth. And then for most foods that I cook, I like doing just a little under medium heat. This way you don't have to worry about stuff burning. And now while we have our onions and garlic sauteing, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up a green pepper and 4 tomatoes. Now while our veggies are also finishing sauteing, I'm gonna go ahead and set my oven to 375. And now we got our tomatoes and bell pepper all cut up, so we are just gonna add that in to our onions and garlic. And now the next thing we're gonna do is add our seasonings. So we are gonna be doing 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon cumin, and 1 teaspoon garlic salt. Oh man, that is smelling so good right now. Okay, since these seasonings are all done, we are gonna transfer them into a pan, and then we will be adding our quinoa and black beans to it. All right, pouring all of this into our pan here. And then next, let's add our quinoa And then lastly, we are gonna be adding 3 cups of black beans. And now we just wanna mix it all up in here. I have been trying out a lot of different recipes right now, so my mixing bowl is actually in the dishwasher. As you can see, that gets really nicely done here, all mixed together. And then we will want to add our vegan cheese. We're going to do about half of it in here. And now let's stir this guy all up. And lastly, let's go ahead and top it with the rest of the cheese. Now that we got it all served up like this, we just need to throw some foil over the top, and then we are gonna throw it in the oven for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we are gonna take the foil off to uncover it and bake for another 10 minutes until the casserole is bubbly and the cheese is nice and melted on top of there. And then we just remove from the oven at that point. You wanna give it probably about 5 or 10 minutes to cool down from there. And then you can top it with avocados, guacamole, salsa, any type of seasonings you want to spice it up to exactly what your flavor choice is. I will probably do some salsa on there along with an avocado. Now, one thing to always remember when doing this, make sure to set your timers. You have no idea how many times I have forgot to set those, especially when I'm recording all these videos. I get so in the thought process, totally space out to remember to set those timers. Today, no issue. Hopefully it continues. And so this casserole recipe, it was actually requested that I do a casserole style one. I found this one, I gave it a couple tries to just do some tweaks there. The only thing I can think that I should have added in was some green chilies in there, just to bring up that flavor a little bit. But of course, if you got a spicy salsa or a spicy guac, that can bring up the flavor perfect for you. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy this video today. It was a lot of fun to make this recipe. I love sauteing my veggies, getting all those nice flavors together, throwing in a bunch of different things that I haven't really tried and don't really usually do. Since the weather is getting colder for most of you out there, I figured a casserole was perfect for the inside, give you some of that nice comfort food. Obviously, you can tell by some of my recipes, I do really enjoy the Mexican style with that nice flavor, sometimes a little bit too much of a heat boost for me, like my chili relleno video. If you guys did enjoy this video today, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Leave a comment for any videos you would like to see in the future, and I will be sure to read through those and add them to my gigantic list of meals to figure out and try and prep. So until next time, everyone have a great rest of your day.